Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, where the Buffaloes return home after a 5-game, 9-day road trip last week that saw them go 3-2. They currently stand 6th in the Lone Star Conference men's basketball race and need to win some games if they hope to get a first-round bye in the LSC tournament. They lead the LSC in scoring at 81 points per game, but tonight's opponent, Lubbock Christian, is the LSC leader in scoring defense. The two teams met in Lubbock back on November 18th. That was eons ago. It was a non-conference game, and LCU won that one 73-66. The Shaps, meanwhile, suffered their first loss of the season this past Saturday against Dallas Baptist. They lead the LSC in scoring defense and scoring margin and shoot over 51% from the floor for the course of the season. They defeated Texas A&M International this past Tuesday night in a makeup game, 76-68, a night that saw Parker Hicks drop 50 points against the Dirt Devils. Lucas Kinsey, we just got done watching a nail-biter with the Lady Buffs. There's no reason to think that this game won't play out the same way.
Yeah, LCU and West Texas A&M on both the women and the men's side. The rivalry on the range is what it's called. I mean, the rivalry, yes, that's exactly what it is. No matter whether you're playing at the Rip Griffin Center or whether you're playing here at the First United Bank Center, the fans show up, the emotions are higher, the stakes are higher, they're always high. The two teams are ranked as always, and we're excited to see this one. Stars on both sides. It's surprising this year, Kent. LCU actually is the more experienced team in terms of players that they've had going through these battles with the two teams over the last several seasons. But Tom Brown's team, you know they're going to be fired up. They shoot much better here at home than what they do sometimes at LCU. So we're excited for this one. WT, though, you're right. You said it. Parker Hicks, 50 points. He scored the first 34 points for his team the other night. It was 34 to something. They're leading. He had scored all 34 points at that point, so you got to put a lot of attention on him, but he's not the only player who can get it done.
I was talking to Chaps head coach Todd Duncan in the locker room before the women's game, and I made the comment about an incredible performance by Parker, and he scored the first 34 points, and Todd said, we had 36 at the half. He had 34 of them. We went into the locker room. I said, pass the ball to Parker.
That's smart coaching.
He is a fun player to watch, very old school in his style. He'd probably be a 5 or a 4 at most places, but Lubbock Christian, a lot like WT, plays the 5 guards out. He's got a good outside shot. He's strong inside. Don't forget the rebounding. He rebounds almost 9 rebounds a game, but he's not the only player you got to worry about. They got Lloyd Daniels at guard. He's normally the player that provides the impetus for this team. He's averaging 16 points a game, and Amir Muhammad averages 15.5 points. He dropped 24 on the Buffs in the first meeting.
Now, on the other side, Kent, for West Texas A&M, it's been different players. You know, every game, someone different really has stepped up for this team, whether it be offensively or defensively. In the last game for the Buffaloes, it was Julius Brown, Juju. He started to get his game going more and more as the season has gone on, gotten more comfortable. So Juju hopefully will come out and play strong. We're also looking for a big game tonight from number 14, Zach Toussaint. He loves playing against LCU.
The Shaps spent the first 10 weeks of the season ranked number 1. They lose last Saturday at home against Dallas Baptist. They only slipped to number 3 in the NABC standings. These are the beauty poll, the beauty contest poll. The Buffs have been in the top 5 much of the early portion of the season and then have since fallen off. They've been ranked every week that the poll has taken place. They're currently 24th right now, but these are two teams that are historical LSC South Central Region squad. You know, you remember last year the Buffs ended up going down to Lubbock Christian even though they were the top seed in the region, and they won at the Rip Griffin Center. It's a heated rivalry, as you say. Both teams are very fundamentally sound, but they also get up and down the court. The Buffs in their 8th season under head coach Tom Brown, who picked up his 200th win last weekend. The Shaps In their 11th season under former Texas Tech All-Conference player Todd Duncan. Two great basketball coaches, and both their teams reflect both the personalities as well as the playing talent of both these coaches. You know, we rarely mention Tom Brown at Winona State, but he was a part of some national championship teams.
The Rocket.
Well, let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, our visitors from the South Plains, the Lubbock Christian Shaps. They're 21-1, 9-1 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start at one guard, Rowan McKenzie, a 6'3 sophomore from Perth, Australia. McKenzie averages 11.5 points, 4.8 rebounds. The two guard is Parker Hicks, 6'6 senior from Decatur, Texas. Hicks averages 19.7 points, 8.5 rebounds. Again, we mentioned 50 points Tuesday against A&M International. He had 16 points, 15 rebounds earlier this year against the Buffaloes. The third guard, Cameron Copley, 5'9 junior from Canadian, Texas, 2.8 points, 2 rebounds a game. The fourth guard, Amir Muhammad, 6'1 sophomore from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Muhammad had 24 against the Buffs in November, averaging 15.2, 4.5 rebounds. Rounding out the starting five for the Shaps, Lloyd Daniels, 6'4 senior from Colt Neck, New Jersey. Daniels has 16.1 point average, 3.8 rebounds a game. He leads the Lone Star Conference in field goal percentage and stands second among conference leaders in assists. For the Buffaloes, they come in at 20-5, but 6-4 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start the five-guard lineup. Jesse Oweezy, a 6'5 freshman from Roanoke, Texas, averages 6.2 points, 4.6 rebounds. Second guard, Julius Brown, we'll call him Juju, a 5'10 junior from Westerville, Ohio. Julius averages 13.5 points, 3.4 rebounds a game. Kevon Booker's the third guard, 6'6 sophomore from Schertz, Texas. Booker averages 8.5 points, 6.7 boards. The fourth guard, the shooter, Zach Toussaint, 5'11 sophomore from Johnsburg, Illinois. Toussaint averages 15.4 points, 1.9 rebounds. He's coming off a 20-point performance at St. Mary's. He had a career-high 36 in the loss a week ago at Midwestern State. Rounding out the starting five for the Buffaloes, Larry Wise, 6'4 sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas, averages 14.8 points, 4.7 rebounds a game. He had 22 points down at St. Mary's, 21 at St. Ed's, 15 earlier this season against the Shaps. And Lucas, this is going to be fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun for WT. You know, just like in the women's game, you said, hey, you played the team once earlier this season. What do you learn from that first game? What do you try to change for West Texas A&M? Kent, I think that they've got to get out and run more. WT, they are at their best when they can get out and transition, get Juju running, pushing, get Lubbock Christian maybe off balance defensively. That leads to open looks. For West Texas A&M, in the first meeting, they only shot 32%. Meanwhile, LCU shot 42%. And you talk about Parker Hicks, he got the job done in the first meeting, which was an LCU 73-66 win. Hicks scored 16 points and hauled in 15 rebounds. LCU also, you don't want to get this team on the foul line because they make their free shots 21 of 23. The Shaps were in that win, and they're one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country.
Shooting nearly 80% from the floor, Lubbock Christian is. We're about ready to go. Our officiating crew tonight, Wesley Ford, Johnny Wilkins, and Doug George. It's going to be Parker Hicks in the center circle for the Shaps, Jesse Oweezy, the freshman for the Buffaloes, Lubbock Christian in the bright royal blue uniforms, Lubbock Christian in the numeral in white across the front, the Buffs in the white Under Armours with the maroon slash across the shoulder, West Texas and the numerals in maroon. Buffs going from left to our right as we watch here in the first half. Wesley Ford steps in the circle and we're ready to get under play. The Buffs and the Shaps, and Oweezy tips it back to Juju.
You know, Kent WT has been the big dog in the LSC this season. Lubbock Christian wants to take that spot over. Can they beat them here at home?
Here's Wise with a turnaround from 10. Nice start offensively for the Buffaloes. Very efficient. Yeah, the Buffs have had their the target on their back for the last 4 or 5 years, but this year, you know, they've restocked that lineup. And as you mentioned in our pregame, Lubbock Christian with a predominantly returning lineup. These guys have played together a while.
Well, and they've been so close. They've been close to the Elite Eight. They want to get there this season.
Here's McKenzie, kicks it outside to Copley for 3, no good. Aweezy with the long rebound, the outlet to Brown. Juju takes it baseline, now pulls it back out to Booker. Booker on the block, backs in on Hicks, takes a thump, tries to feed Toussaint. Aweezy saves it to Juju. His 3 goes up and rims out. Hicks with the defensive board.
So we're going to put Hicks matched up defensively against Kavan. It shows you his versatility.
Here's Hicks outside. That really pulls Booker out when Hicks is outside the arc, and he can play out there. Here's McKenzie, the Australian, puts up a 3, no good. Booker gets back there, gets the rebound. Toussaint to Wise for 3, no good.
That's okay, though. It's a good look. Again, they got out in transition. That's a wide-open shot for Larry. He'll knock those down more times than not.
Here's Lloyd Daniels. Gets it to McKenzie, tries baseline. Cut off by Toussaint. Backs Toussaint down in the paint. Puts one up over Booker. And we're tied at 2.
That's a crafty shot by McKenzie. You know Kavan Booker eventually is coming, but he got the shot up quicker than Kavan could come across.
Brown rims out a 3. Rebound comes down to McKenzie. We're going to have a push.
And they got a Wheezy being a little too physical there.
Jesse's first for the Buffaloes.
He's played some strong games of late for Tom Brown's team. Jesse has started some this year, has come off the bench some, but really growing up a lot.
Buff's rotation has changed as years gone on, as we heard Chris Gove say earlier. The guys getting the minutes are the guys that are producing for us. And sometimes it's not the people you're expecting. Here's Hicks.
That guy can
16.
produce.
Yes, sir.
2 defenders flying at Hicks, and he just keeps his eyes on the rim. Follow through is good, and he hits the 2-point shot.
Buffs basketball trailing for the first time this evening. Early. Here's Brown, short in the paint, had the right idea, just couldn't execute.
You play LCU defensively, you're going to face a lot of ball screens. Got to communicate, move your feet.
Muhammad tries to get around Wise, takes it to the rack.
Well, that time LCU had everybody on the perimeter, so the paint was wide open. That's just a good offensive play by Muhammad.
Shaps with an early 4-point lead. There's Toussaint on the wing, up top to Booker. Juju on the left side, drives the paint, forces it up, can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line.
I like to see Juju driving in the paint strong. He absorbs the contact, and he is strong enough to still get the shot off, draw a foul. Look at this, his first step.
He's past McKenzie. McKenzie reaches in, trying to wrap up the basketball. Julia's still got that shot off. 72%er on the year, knocks down the first. As Hayden Blankley and Cameron Bell take to the floor, replacing Aweezy and Booker.
Hayden's coming off of a really good performance in his last outing.
Had a double-double over at Cameron this past Saturday in Lawton. Brown's second shot.
2 points, Julius Brown.
Pulls the Buffs within 2. Yeah, Hayden 16 and 10 in Lawton. Copley tries to feed Hicks. It's knocked away.
That's good defense by Blankley.
Wise feeds Brown in the corner. Thought about 3. Larry on the near corner.
That's a mismatch there.
Backing down on Copley. He knows what he's got. Puts it off the glass. No good. And the little man, Copley, comes up with the rebound.
Got to give the credit to Copley there. Larry, just take one more step and you're closer to the rim.
Muhammad up top. Left wing to Hicks, baseline to Daniels. It's kind of a mismatch there against Tucson.
Yeah. And again, why are those mismatches happening? Because LCU just continues to screen you to death.
Screen you to death. They pull their big men outside, dump it in. 8-4 LCU. Inside of 16 in the first. There's Wise in the corner. Brown up top.
Ooh.
Gets around Copley and takes it to the rack.
Julius looks like he has even an extra step tonight. I mean, he is getting after it on the offensive side, driving hard to the 10.
8-6 our score. Hayden got another hand on a ball. Couldn't quite come up with the steal, though. Here's a step back. Muhammad, no good. Tucson goes up for the board. Brings it up court for the Buffs. Kicks it back to Wise. Long range three, in and out.
The student section was ready to erupt.
You were too.
Yes.
Good look by Wise. Couldn't get it to go. Still a 2-point Chap lead. Daniels tries to feed it inside. Ball deflected. Bell comes up with it. Buffs getting hands on several passes here in the early going. Wise on the wing up top to Brown.
Now they can't stay with him.
Strong. It goes and one.
We use football analogies a lot. This is similar to you have a wide receiver that the other team just cannot stay with. You continue to throw it to him. Lubbock Christian right now, they are struggling to stay with Juju, so he's taking it to the rack.
14:29 to play. Watch this one. Gets around Copley, takes it in. Strong gets the roll. Ties us at 8. He'll go to the line for the bonus when we come back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
All right, it's time to see who's got the best smile in the First United Bank Center with the
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Julius Brown at the free throw line. Game tied for now. And a great start for Juju. See if LCU adjusts defensively because, as we said before the break, Kent, they're struggling to stay with number 4.
Brown has 7 of the Buffs' 9. LCU has 4 players. Hayden got another hand on a basketball, but this time it went right back to McKenzie.
It's the biggest part of Hayden's game that has improved over his career here is his defense.
Yeah. Here's Muhammad, gets by Wise, goes in. Can't get it to fall, but we've got a foul.
Well, just like Julius Brown is having success driving the ball, LCU doing the same. That time it was Amir Muhammad.
Wise picks up
at the line,
his first personal. Team foul number 2 against the Buffs. Muhammad at the line, 83% on the year, and he knocks down the first. Muhammad stands 4th in conference leaders in field goal percentage. Knocks down both free throws with 14 minutes to play in the first. LCU goes back up by 1.
Now the LCU bench is not very deep. They're going to play their regular guys. The starters play a lot.
Cameron Bell puts up a 3, shoots an air ball. Rebound batted around, and Daniels comes up with it. Muhammad up top. Finds Aaron Gonzalez on the wing, freshman from Spring, Texas, down in the Houston area.
He's quick and athletic.
Parker Nielsen needs to stay on him. Here's a turnaround by McKenzie. Just like that. 4 points for Rowan McKenzie. 3-point Shap lead. Blankley tries to tie it with a 3. Misfires. Shaps get the rebound.
KJ, the Buffs are 0 for 6 from the 3-point line to start.
Here's Hicks outside. Wow. He is 1/10 of the way to the 50 he scored Tuesday night.
Let's not let him get there.
Blankley for 3. Can't get it to go. This is beginning to look like the game in Lubbock where the Buffs couldn't hit from outside and stop driving. Score was 9-8 just a few minutes ago. LCU on a 7-0 run. This one's going to go on Parker Nielsen, his first, team's third.
3 team fouls on him.
Aaron Gonzalez will go to the line shooting twice.
Yeah, that was a good backdoor cut. And right now LCU not only shooting much better than the Buffs, but they're just playing more efficient on the offensive side, getting better looks. That has been a little bit of a crutch sometimes for West Texas A&M this year is offensively. You get into those situations where the ball doesn't move as much, not as much screening, and when the shots go cold, it can be a struggle.
Addison Wallace to the floor for the first time this evening, replacing Larry Wise as Gonzalez takes his second shot, 57% on the year, missed them both.
That's rare. Again, for a team that last time the two teams played, they were 21 of 23 at the free throw line.
Here's Brown from the line. Got it!
Okay, so you said LCU's strategy earlier this week was just get it to Parker Hicks. Right now, WT, let's get it to Julius.
He has 9 of the Buffs' 11. 15-11 our score, approaching 12 minutes to play in the first. Here's Ty Caswell, brings it up top. Caswell from Wichita Falls. Gets it to Muhammad. Kick it back to Gonzalez. Muhammad with 8 on the shot clock. Finger roll, missed it. Toussaint comes down with it, and the Buffs on the run. Zach pulls up, takes the 3, knocks down the 3.
And that was with Hicks defending. Shake and bake from Toussaint.
What kind of confidence is that? To bring the ball up court, he knew he wanted to shoot. He just had to create the space. Sure. When he found it, he knocked it down, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered who was guarding Zach on that play. He was going to put the 3 ball in.
Daniels gets around Addison Wallace, and Wallace fouls. That'll take us to the timeout. 11:18 to play in the first. LCU leads by 1. You're watching WT Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
All right, fans, it's time for walk-on trivias. Walk-ons, their trivia question of the day. All of the champions of that team the grill to create WT Baseball's first.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back. The Buffs trail the Shaps 15-14, 11-18 to play in the first. Kent Johnson along with Lucas Kinsey. And Lucas, you look at the stat sheet. Lubbock Christian, 6 of 10 from the floor, 60%. The Buffs hitting just 35% from the floor, yet it's a 1-point game as Lloyd Daniels missed the first of his 2, and the Shaps have missed 3 in a row until that one.
Yeah, WT, that's a good run that they just went on here to trim the lead to 2.
Lubbock Christian out rebounding the Buffs at 9-5. Toussaint pump fake, drives in. Amir Muhammad comes in and says, "Try again, friend."
Yeah, watch out, fans down there. Keep your popcorn safe, because that shot block goes
I like
flying
popcorn.
Yeah.
Hitting into that student section, which is packed this evening. Toussaint outside, couldn't get it to go. Hicks with the rebound. Big crowd on hand at the First United Bank Center this evening.
See if the Buffs can get some good production here from Addison Wallace off the bench.
Here's Hicks outside. Comes high to Gonzalez. Tries to get around Nielsen. Goes to Muhammad. 4 on the shot clock. Muhammad with a fadeaway and might have carried the ball, and that's what Tom Brown's saying. Lucas, you were seeing the same thing.
I did. You know, Kent, you don't see the carry called too often. But if we can go back, I don't know if we have the last play there for LCU, that was a little obvious because it's a one-on-one play, and the player Muhammad is quick, no doubt. That's the last one where Toussaint goes in. You get a good shot block. So Muhammad there, you can say doing it on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively. But if you take that ball and completely turn it over, it does give you an advantage as an offensive player. That's why they have the rule in.
Generally, the only time you see that call is when young man is bringing the ball up the court and he's being nonchalant and literally almost showboating, and they'll whistle it up as kind of a wake-up call. But you rarely see it on the start of a dribble drive. I think the officials are watching the feet when that happens.
Yeah, Muhammad already has 6 points.
Well, Brown has 8 and had a shot block, but there's Booker who saves the play with a putback.
Yeah, he was battling down inside with Parker Hicks. First offensive rebound for Kavon, and he knows what to do when he gets it right under the rim.
Muhammad back to Hicks. Hicks showing he wants to drive in. Shot blocked. Did we get a foul? Doug George says yes.
Yeah, that's the right call there.
This will go against Kavon Booker.
And it's a smart play. Parker Hicks.
Buffaloes with 5 team fouls.
It's the Buffs' 5th team foul. Booker's first personal.
Yeah, as he drives, he knows, Kavon is so good at shot blocking. And so what does Parker do? He puts the brakes on, gives a little hesitation, the fake with the head and the shoulders, and gets himself to the free throw line.
1 shot.
Hicks makes them both. He's got 7. Shaps have 20-16 for WT. There's Brown up top to Wise. Dumps it inside to Booker. Booker puts it up over Hicks. Can't get it to go. Hicks with the rebound, his 3rd of the game.
He's got space there, so it's a good shot to take.
Yeah, wasn't rushed. Here's Daniels. Feeds a mirror. 3. Got it. Wow.
A quick release from Muhammad. He drains that one.
9 for Amir Muhammad. Shaps go up 7. Wise kicks it back to Booker, to Bell. Brown outside, and we've got a charge. This is going to be away from the
They get Cameron Bell.
ball. They got Cameron. Empty possessions are not the Buffaloes' friend right now. As LCU leads 22-16. I said 7-point. They took a point off the board. They called this a 2-pointer by Amir Muhammad a moment ago.
The shot in the left corner.
It wasn't as far in the corner as we thought. Oh, nice give and go. And they missed.
Yeah, the
Daniels
floater
went in and couldn't finish it up. Brown at the other end shoots an air ball for 3. Aweezy saves it, but he saves it back to Caswell.
3-point shooting just abysmal right now for WT, 1 of 10.
And a turnover at the other end as Muhammad tried to hit McKenzie with the trailer. McKenzie was ahead of the play.
And right now, a player that WT would like to see get going is Larry Wise, KJ. Just 2 points, 1 of 4 shooting, taking a couple of threes that haven't gone in. But his offensive game, he can do a lot. See if they can get number 35 going.
He's got the ball up top. Wise does. Blankley to Bell in the corner. Wise gets a screen from Blankley and drops in the three.
So now if he can start hitting those shots, you come out on him as a closeout defender. Now he can put it on the floor.
Draw out the defense, opens up the inside.
Look at how tight Cameron Bell is trying to play. That's
trying to get through, and they're going to call Cam with a push, but he's got to do something. Oh, they went the other. Yeah, they got Cameron with the push, but he's got to do something to show the officials the way they're defending him.
This is close to a moving screen right there. Well,
it's Cameron finished up the block, so to speak.
Initially thought it was, but maybe Caswell stood his ground. And certainly can't get your arms up as you go through. So
Caswell has not been to the line this year. This is his first opportunity, and he comes through.
Yeah, that was the right call. Yeah, two players for LCU that played a lot more last season and just haven't, due to either injuries or have not been in as much. Caswell, one of them, and then Copley, the other.
All right, Jalen Bratton checks into the lineup. Get used to the last name.
Yeah, his sister.
Sister Bree signs with the Lady Buffs during the early signing period. Bratton's hail from Shallow Water.
Makes it fun for the family, right?
Yeah. Go down to Lubbock one night. They can come up to Canyon the next. Here's Blankley. Thought he was fouled over on the corner. No whistle. Goes down as a miss.
Yeah, that was just a good closeout from Lubbock Christian. And Hayden rushed that shot.
Shaps by 5. Tight defense by a Wheezy there on Bratton. McKenzie up top to Hicks. It was a little too far, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Buff basketball.
Buffs basketball.
Hey, fans,
and we're at the under 8 timeout. 7:32 to play in the first. Lubbock Christian on top, 24-19. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition is that we work for you, dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
West Texas A&M down 24-19 right now with 7:32 still to play before halftime. Lucas Kinsey along with Kent Johnson, Thunder Vision production team, doing a fantastic job tonight. Our director, Miss Jamie Abbott, on the controls. And for WT in the game, shooting from the field 32%. Meanwhile, LCU, how about 57% shooting, 8 of 14. Including at the free throw line, they've been very good as well, 7 of 10.
Buffs looking for some shots to fall. Here's a guy that can make them fall. Banks it off the board from the corner. Can you believe it?
No.
Zach Tucson had a hand in his face, but he squared up, shot the ball, moving from left to right, kissed it high off the glass. 2-point ball game.
That's one he's made in a game of horse before, I'm thinking.
See if we can take a look at that one.
Wow.
When we get a stoppage in play. Hicks outside, thought about it, gave it to Copley. Left wing, Daniels for 3. No. Wise with the rebound. Here come the Buffs. Can tie it with a bucket. Little shake and bake. Tries to find Toussaint. Put a little too much mustard on it. Zach couldn't hold on, and it's a turnover. Just the second of the game for the Buffs. Let's see if we can take a look at that shot by Zach Toussaint. Last possession for the Buffaloes. Over in the corner. Decent defense there by Cameron Copley. Well, we'll come back to it in a moment. In the paint, Lloyd Daniels misses, but we've got a foul.
WT is struggling with their help defense right now. LCU
goes against Addison Wallace.
Here's a shot. How about this? I mean, the craziest thing about it is that it skims the backboard.
Yeah, it hit above the box and dropped in. Now here's Lloyd Daniels at the line, shooting twice. He knocks down the first. The foul is on Addison Wallace. That's his second. The Buffs 8th as a team. Daniels makes them both.
Zach's dad, Eric, proud of that one. Hopefully he has finished up his games tonight. They were having the high school games in Illinois tonight, and Coach Toussaint, hopefully your team's won. Well, they enjoy watching the Buffs, and Zach has made a few of those already in his illustrious career. How about another one?
10. Here's a long three, too long. Hicks with the rebound. Buffs already with 3 players in double figures. No, that's minutes. My bad. Here's a feed to Bratton on the block. Tries to back in on Wallace. Goes up strong and puts it off the glass.
It's like the muscle man competition down inside.
How do you stop that? Blankley on the wing. Cross court to Wallace. Addison has space. Pump fake. Give and go with Blankley. Feeds Toussaint. Wide open.
Yeah.
He drains it.
If Zach has 2 seconds to look at the rim, set his feet.
It's one of those you say, does he have too much time?
No.
But no, with Zach Toussaint, just get the ball in his hands. Zach's got 9. Brown has 9. The Buffs trail 28-25. Here's Copley. Gets Muhammad coming out. Nice steal by Juju.
Incredible defense.
Saves it inbounds to Toussaint. Back to Brown.
Oh, no.
And they're going to call the block.
Okay.
Right, correct call.
That was
bang
close.
Play, but Copley stepped in front of Julius as Julius got the ball. Happened quick.
Yeah, he's a good defender. Copley takes a lot of charges, and that one was close.
Just the 3rd team foul against the Shaps.
But the defense was tremendous on the other side. Julius diving over the chairs
He
there.
dived over Carly Motzenbacher. Don't fall on her.
That'd be a double whammy. A double oofda.
Here's Wise. Wanted the pass. Now he puts it up, and he's fouled from behind. Amir Muhammad comes over the back. Johnny Wilkins with the call. Says he made contact up high.
Team foul number 4.
That'll send Wise to the line shooting twice. He's an 87%er on the year.
Free throw attempt.
For Muhammad, just his first personal, 4th team foul. Wise shot's good.
You get the feeling, KJ, that we could have a second really close game here tonight.
I'm looking at the stats, and they say stats don't lie.
2 points.
As Wise makes it a 1-point game. The Buffs are shooting 36 from the floor. LCU shooting 56 from the floor. The difference, the Buffs have taken 25 shots to 16 for LCU. Buffs have forced 4 turnovers. What WT is doing.
Make it a 5th turnover.
Yeah. Is making life very difficult for the Shaps now.
Yeah, Juju, we talked about his offense tonight. He's really playing good defense as well, having to drawing the assignment of guarding either Muhammad or sometimes Lloyd Daniels.
approaching the 4-minute mark. Here's Toussaint. Drives in, has the ball knocked away. It should be the Buffs basketball. And it is.
Quick hands from LCU.
WT ball.
Zach wanted to shoot the three. Defense came out, so he said, I'm driving the lane, but all of a sudden he was triple teamed. He picked up his dribble and really didn't have anyone to pass to. So he was bailed out with that LCU defender knocking the ball out of his hands. Here's Brown, gets it in deep to Wallace. Addison looking for Oweezy, now finds him. Jesse on the baseline. Guarded by Zach Stepp. Double pumps. No good. Rebound, McKenzie.
Thought he had a chance there. ISO in the post, but it would not fall for Oweezy.
Here's McKenzie to Daniels on the wing. He's open. He drains it.
Yeah, just like, Toussaint, you say you can't leave Zach open. You cannot leave Lloyd Daniels open. He's going to make those.
And I believe it was Toussaint that left him open. 4-point Shap lead. Here's Oweezy. Backs in, kicks it outside to Blankley. Puts up a three and drains it in. Back to a 1-point game at 31-30.
That's a good pass from Jesse. Double team in the post. Knows exactly where it needs to go. And that time Hayden was ready to shoot.
Daniels. Nice pass inside the step. Who missed it, gets his own rebound and puts it back. Buffs did not close out defensively. But what a nice inlet pass from Lloyd Daniels. Here's Wallace for three. Won't go down. Had the look, but couldn't close it out.
It's a big stretch here this last 2.5 minutes for WT, trailing by 3. Do not let LCU go on a run.
Muhammad tries to get by Toussaint. They're going to call Zach with the foul on the floor. For Zach Toussaint, that'll be his first personal. Oh, they call it on Addison. That's his third. He's not liking that one. Timeout on the floor. 2:34 to play in the first. LCU up 33-30. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lubbock Christian leads 33-30 over WT with 2:34 still to play before halftime. Lubbock Christian coming off of a 76-68 win earlier this week over Texas A&M International. In that one, Parker Hicks scored 50. Maybe he didn't get as much help as he would have liked from his teammates. That's not the case tonight. A lot of balanced scoring from the Shaps so far.
Amir Muhammad at the line, shooting twice, knocks down the first.
One shot.
Second shot on its way, got them both. Muhammad 4 of 4 from the line.
LCU out rebounding WT 17-10, and the Buffs only have one offensive rebound.
5-point game. Blankley drives strong, puts it up. There's Bucker for the tap in.
And a smart play by Kavan. He waited until the ball was starting to pop off of the cylinder, then he put it in.
Stayed out of the goaltend possibility. 3-point Shap lead. Here's Daniels on the block, trying to back down on Juju. Kicks it outside to Hicks. Gets Booker to fly by and then drains the two-pointer.
I'm always telling my son, who's 11, use the shot fake, right? Parker Hicks, he's done it twice tonight. It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that worked. They'll review that one as a stoppage, but I believe he was on the line. Here's Blankley. Feeds Booker on the block. Tries to go across the lane. That bounce pass, there's just too many people down there to get that to get through. 1:30 to play in the first. LCU up 38-32. Here's Hicks. Takes it inside against Booker and lays it in.
Well, just like that, Parker Hicks with 14 points.
14. Blankley. Three! Got it!
That was a huge answer from Hayden.
Pulls the Buffs back within 5. 40-35. Yeah, by this time Tuesday night, Hicks was zeroing in on 34. Oh, wow. Tough defense there by Booker. Juju in the corner to Blankley. Outside to Wise for 3. Too flat. Wouldn't go.
Needed that one to drop because they had the numbers, and again, another good look.
35 seconds to play in the first. LCU up 5. It's Muhammad outside. Cross court to Daniels. He's got Parker Nielsen guarding him loosely. Shot clock at 10.
Yeah, Todd Duncan tell him, be patient.
Daniels gets by Nielsen for the easy finger roll.
Too many times, KJ, that's happened.
Yeah. Got to step in and make a stop. Brown outside to Wise. And we've got a late call. They're going to call a charge on Brown. They probably could have called the clear out.
Yes.
They didn't. They called Brown with the charge. The sad thing is Wise drained the 3.
Chaparrals will be with a double bonus.
For Brown, that's his first personal, team foul number 9.
Just a 30-second timeout, so let's keep it here. Look at this last one. Yeah, that's where he got the arm up, and then the second one there is where he runs through Copley. Tom Brown talking to the official about it right now.
Yeah, he could have been whistled twice on that play.
Yeah.
And
Buffs have got to be careful here, though. Still 4.6 seconds, plenty of time for LCU. And again, Lubbock Christian, really a tough defensive assignment because so many players can shoot the 3. They can go inside. They can post up. This is just, there's a reason why they're number 3 in the country.
You're going to guard Hicks, Daniels. How about Muhammad? Don't forget about McKenzie.
Sure.
It's tough. Veteran team, and they play like it.
Well, again, I said this earlier, Kent, but you got to say it again. LCU has had, for the last several seasons, so many run-ins with the Buffs and have just not gotten over the hump in terms of postseason where they want to be. Todd Duncan and his team, they feel like this year is their year.
And generally this series is a series where the home team wins. That's the norm in basketball, but it's really played out here.
Officials still looking at something.
They're reviewing the three-pointer down here by Amir Muhammad, I believe it was, that took it, or was it Hicks?
They just took the point off.
Yeah. He was on the line. It was Hicks.
Yes.
For 2. I think we called it for 2.
Did, KJ. You still got the great eyesight. Maybe the thumb injuries, yes, but the eyesight still perfect.
Nonetheless, Parker Hicks is having a heck of a night with 13 points. Quickly down court. Here's Daniels. Long 3. Got it.
Yeah, what'd I tell you?
That's the way you do it.
Cool, calm, and collected.
13 points at the half for Lloyd Daniels. And the Chaps go into the halftime locker room with their biggest lead of the evening, 44-35. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your halftime entertainment. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network. You're good.
Tough way to end right there.
He was, but...
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We are at halftime of the men's game, and the score is Lubbock Christian leading 44-35. Lucas Kinsey along with head coach Josh Prock of the Lady Buffs. And coach, big win tonight at home here in front of what was an electric crowd. You get the win over Lubbock Christian 55-48. It was tough the entire way. You didn't expect anything else, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, when you beat, it's what I told the girls after the game, to beat Lubbock Christian, you have to beat them because they're not going to beat themselves.
Right.
They're just too good, and so, I mean, that's what I was most proud about our girls is that they went out and took the game tonight. And I want to give a shout-out to, you're right, it was an amazing crowd tonight, Lucas. Just simply amazing. So for everybody that was here, that wasn't here, come out Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going to be great again, 2 o'clock. So we appreciate everybody a lot, Lucas.
This game, you start the game, and offensively, really, for both sides, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
But the defense was so tight. And, there weren't many chances for second-chance points.
Yeah.
Both sides were blocking out. What did you talk about in the locker room at halftime, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying a lot of stuff in the first half. I mean, Coach Gomez does a phenomenal job. He knows how to adjust real well, and so we made some adjustments. But at halftime, basically we just told our girls, I said, we got to be more confident with our shots.
Okay.
We got to move the ball a little bit more, and I think the shots will start falling. And of course, Zam came out hot in the second half, so it was great to see her back for sure.
She started making some big threes, and then late in the game, it was Madison Cast. Kent Johnson and I were talking about Madison. She's done this a couple of times where she's had some games. She comes off the bench, steps in. You look at her minutes played tonight, Coach, and she gave you 10 minutes, 59 seconds, but the production, 13 points. She was impressive.
Yeah. I mean, I told Madison, I told her all year, just continue to be patient. Your time to shine will happen. It will happen. I mean, and I don't know when it's going to be, but this team's going to need you. This team, that's why you're part of a team, because everybody's included. Everybody is needed. And we needed everybody tonight, and I was super proud of her for stepping up, and nobody deserves a game like that, a finish like that than Madison.
When you were hired back in the summer, one of the things that I remember you were asked about was how do you get in here and compete against Lubbock Christian? I mean, and Lubbock Christian has been at the top of the hill, so to speak, for several seasons. But you didn't shy away from that and said, hey, we're going to go out and recruit. But to get the instant success, to get an immediate impact in just year one, what does that say about this team and the program and where it's headed?
Yeah, absolutely. I was so proud of it. I mean, they've bought in. I mean, these girls have bought into our defense. They bought into how we want to play. So all the credit goes to the girls. I mean, because at the end of the day, they have to buy into what you're doing and believe in what you're doing, and they have done that. And so, I mean, I'm excited about our future, but, our future right now is right here in front of us.
That's right.
15-9 overall, 8-2 in conference, and still sitting tied for first. So
and some impressive wins on the resume.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of impressive wins. I mean, tonight you got Commerce, you got the Southwest Oklahoma. I mean, that's as good a 3 wins as anybody in our region has.
Yeah.
Because just real quick, while is that Southwest Oklahoma is 4th in their region. They're in our non-conference portion. You look at the West region. Central Washington is ranked 2nd in their region. Northwest Nazarene is 7th. Montana Billings is 8th. Central Missouri, Drury, they're all high up there. Southern Indiana's 5th. I mean, those games prepared us for today.
Sure.
Is what they did.
Lady Buffs get a big win tonight, 55-48 over Lubbock Christian. And so it's 2 really big wins back-to-back. Angelo State,
yeah.
It looks even more impressive that win last Saturday. They they beat Kingsville tonight and beat them handily. And so you're up at the top of the conference standings, but you got a team coming in on Saturday that they're going to be excited to come in and face WT. It's Eastern New Mexico. They're always excited to play the Lady Buffs. This year maybe a little more excitement with that one. So how do you keep the girls level and not get too high after this big win tonight?
Well, that's what I told them after the game. I said, ladies, enjoy this tonight. Go be with your families, go talk to other people. Really enjoy this win tonight. But once we start practice tomorrow at 11 o'clock, the talk is over with.
Yeah.
Because if you lose on Saturday, tonight becomes meaningless. I mean, it really does. So you've got to put this back to back. We got to build off this performance tonight and go take care of it. It'll be exciting to play your rivals in Eastern, and of course, knowing those kids and being there the last few years, it's always tough to coach against those kids. But they play. I mean, and we got to be ready. I mean, they almost beat a really good Cameron team on the road tonight. So I mean, we're going to have to be ready for that game.
Well, you're ready tonight, and we've talked about it before, but defense wins championships, and that's what we're working on right now, right?
Well, I mean, you look at the 3 quarters, 11 points in the first, 11 in the second, 9 in the third. The thing that frustrates you is 17 in the fourth, but that's really not even that bad against a Lubbock Christian.
Sure.
So, I mean, overall, to hold them to 48 points is pretty impressive.
Congratulations on the win, Coach, and we'll be back with you Saturday, ready to take on Eastern New Mexico. Our score at halftime, 44-35, West Texas A&M trails Lubbock Christian. A lot of basketball still to be played. We'll come back after this timeout. Kent will have some halftime stats and the second half coming up after these messages.
J. Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition? That we work for you, dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
5 minutes is good. We're at the half. Lubbock Christian with a 44-35 lead over the Buffaloes. The Shaps really closing out the first half nicely with a 3 at the buzzer by Lloyd Daniels. Here's a look at our statistics. First, our team stats. You see there our score at 44-35. Field goal percentage, the Chaparrals 15 of 24 for 62%. The Buffs 12 of 32 for 37%. 3-pointers made, Chaps had 3, shooting 3 of 8. The Buffs 6 of 19. And from the line, Lubbock Christian went there often, 11 of 14 for 78%. The Buffs only went 5 times. They knocked all 5 down. Turnovers, not many in this game. Chaps guilty of 5. The Buffs turned it over 4 times. Buffs 8 points off turnovers to 7 points off turnovers for Lubbock Christian. Individually, for the Chaps, Parker Hicks has 13 points, 4 boards. Rowan McKenzie with 4 points, 4 rebounds. Cameron Copley with 1 rebound. Amir Muhammad with 8 points, 4 boards. Lloyd Daniels has 13 points, 3 boards. Daniels and Hicks tied for not just team high, but game high scoring. Aaron Gonzalez has played 4 minutes, but not registered any statistics. Ty Caswell with 2 points, 1 board. Jalen Bratton with 2 points, and Zach Stepp 2 points and 1 rebound. Chaparrals have 18 rebounds. 17 of them have come on the defensive end. For West Texas A&M, Jesse Oweezy has 2 rebounds, but has been held scoreless. He's only taken 1 shot. Julius Brown with 9 points, 2 assists. Kevon Booker with 4 points, 4 boards. Zach Toussaint with a trio of trays, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Larry Wise, 7 points, 1 board. Hayden Blankley with a pair of trays for 6. Cameron Bell and Addison Wallace have played but not registered statistics, and Parker Nielsen has 1 defensive rebound. As a team, the Buffs 12 boards, 3 on the offensive end, 9 defensive. The Chaps out-rebounding the Buffs 18-12. Points in the paint, Lubbock Christian outscoring the Buffs 16-12. Second chance points, there are not many. The Buffs leading that one 4-2. The bench for each team has contributed 6 points. Buffs' largest lead was 2 early. The Chaps' current 9-point margin is the largest they have had. We've had 3 lead changes. The game's been tied 3 times. The Chaps have led this game 17 minutes, 13 seconds. The Buffs 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And that takes us to our current score, 44-35 in favor of our visitors from Lubbock Christian University. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your second half of play. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
Yep.
But 11. Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffaloes make their way onto the court after some good, hopefully some good halftime adjustments in the locker room. They trail 44-35 to the number 3 ranked Lubbock Christian Chaps. This one, obviously big significance in Lone Star Conference play. Let's look at some scores from around the Lone Star Conference. A tight one at the UT Permian Basin Gym Complex. We like to call it the Falcon Dome, 53-53. A tie game in the second half with Texas A&M International. The Cameron Aggies lead 35-32 over Eastern New Mexico. That one's at halftime. St. Edwards trails at home. Just started the second half, 40-35. Arkansas Fort Smith. That would be a big win for Arkansas Fort Smith if they were able to get a win in Austin. Oklahoma Christian men are leading by 8 on the road in San Antonio over St. Mary's. That's been a team that has been a little of a surprise this season. The Rattlers, Kent, are up there in the top of the standings.
Yeah, if the season were to end today, they would have a bye in the first round at 7-3. They are one of the surprise teams. You know, Midwestern State starting to play strong. They're on top this evening. Really, 2 through 8 in the conference standings are separated by just 3 games. Lubbock Christian on top at 9-1. If they should drop tonight, well, it wouldn't shuffle things up, but it would close the gap, and that's really what you need to do. Buffs need to close the gap here, trailing by 9 to start the period as Lubbock Christian inbounds the ball. Hicks puts up a 3 from outside.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll echo that.
Appreciate your support. Thank you.
Yeah, he hits the shot with a defender trying to run at him.
Transferred from Texas Tech after his freshman year and really hasn't been a standout offensive player at Lubbock Christian until this year, and he's stepped up and done what you like to see seniors do.
Goodness.
And there Amir Muhammad takes it strong to the rack. Buffs not starting well in this half at all, and Lubbock Christian doing what they did in the first half.
Well, you can bet LCU right now, they want to keep this thing going. They want to make a statement tonight. Buffs need to make a run.
Toussaint, no good from outside. Tussle underneath, and Hicks comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, uses his muscle that time. A strong box out underneath. Only 4 second chance points tonight so far for WT.
Here's a 3 from the corner. Guess who? Parker Hicks. He has 19.
Yeah, at this point, the way he's shooting it, got to make him put it on the floor.
Buffs fire up an air ball. Julius Brown misses it. There's enough fans in the stands wearing the royal blue that they're letting Juju hear it. Tom Brown calls an early full timeout. We'll take it with them. 18:21 to play in the second. Lubbock Christian, 52-35. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buff Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Well, Lubbock Christian has started the second half on an 8-0 run. They led by 9 at halftime. They've built that lead up to 52-35 right now over West Texas A&M. So Tom Brown takes the timeout to gather the troops, and Buffs need a response here because Lubbock Christian does not have any plans of slowing down. LCU shooting 67% from the field. Meanwhile, WT is shooting 34%. LCU already 2 3-pointers made here to start the second half. So now they're up to 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. Buffs will extend their full court pressure. See if they can get things going on the defensive end. Toussaint picks up Copley full court here. Parker Hicks up to 19 points. Leads all scorers. McKenzie gets into the paint, kicks outside. Daniels, that's Muhammad, and he will hit a 3. And
well, the Shaps are out to prove a point, and it's up to the Buffs to lace it up and say, hey.
Yeah, you got to compete.
You got to compete, yeah. Wise kicks it out to Bell. Bell puts up a 3, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to the Shaps' McKenzie. Buffs trailing by 19. Copley inside, outside to Hicks. In the corner to Muhammad. Gets around Wise, takes it to the rack, puts it off the glass and can't get it to fall. Brown with the rebound, brings the Buffs up court. Wise on the near wing for three. Won't go. There's Hicks with the rebound.
Yeah, right now nothing will go for the Buffs. Have not scored yet in the second half, and we're nearly to the media timeout. 16:50 to play.
Yeah, we've played over 3 minutes here. Oh, nice give and go. Copley finds Daniels. Daniels has 15. Brown goes the other way. He's fouled. Ball won't go down, but he'll go to the line shooting twice. Julius 3 of 3 from the line this evening.
First team foul in the second half for the Chaparrals.
Foul was on Copley, his second. First team foul against the Chaps.
For Julius Brown.
Need these free throws here. Just to mentally, just to give yourself a little confidence.
As you were saying. Buffs and Lady Buffs back at it again this Saturday when Eastern New Mexico makes a short drive over from Portales, New Mexico. 2 o'clock for the Lady Buffs and the Greyhounds. Buffs and the Greyhounds will fire up around 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Now, LCU already has 3 players that have scored in double figures. Hicks has 19, Muhammad has 15, Daniels has 13. Juju with that second made free throw. Now the Buffs do have 1 player in double figures. He's got 10.
He's the Buffs' leading scorer. Muhammad starts to drive. Thought better of it. McKenzie to Hicks. Near wing to Muhammad. Gets around Addison Wallace. Spins. Can't get it to go. Hicks goes over the back of Bell. His shot rejected by Blankley.
Great recovery and help from Hayden.
Well, Bell much shorter than Hicks, but Blankley came to play with the reverse.
There's a little energy thanks to Hayden Blankley.
Toussaint there ran into a solid wall screen by Hicks. He seems to do that a lot. McKenzie loses the ball out of bounds. Buffs basketball. Makes the play, makes the call before referee Doug George does, and I hope he agrees with me. Got a full timeout on the floor. 15:42 to play. LCU leads it 56-38. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
So our
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
The Buffaloes have scored 3 points now after Julius Brown free throw and Hayden Blankley two-pointer. 12-3, though, still LCU outscoring West Texas A&M in the second half, so that's where we're at right now. 56-38, LCU leads. WT ball. A take from Toussaint, and he puts it in off the window.
Got it.
First time we've seen Zach drive hard to the bucket there.
And the Buffs really have not been able to get inside in this half. Hopefully, that's the start of something as they get back within 16. Hicks, baseline. Backs in on Bell. The Buffs guarding Hicks with a shorter guard. Misfire from outside. Blankley with the rebound. Here come the Buffaloes. Julius pulls up. Mid-range won't go. Wallace with the rebound. Put back too strong. LCU comes up with the bucket. Buffs had a chance there and couldn't make it happen.
Great hustle from Addison. Get a little more touch on the soft shot inside.
Here's a little floater
touch
by
like that.
Daniels. Wow. Long range three missed by Tucson. Blankley loses the ball out of bounds.
And he was right there at the rim. He just rushed it. Hayden is a great offensive rebound, but you see the frustration on the face of Tom Brown.
Yeah, it pretty much sums it up. Lady Buffs gave this crowd tonight plenty to cheer for.
55-48 win.
Buffs started out like it was going to duplicate, but the going has been very tough here as the game goes on. Our attendance tonight, 2,759. There's a nice, easy lay-in by McKenzie. Takes the inlet pass and puts it off the glass.
Too many times tonight for LCU. It's been nice and easy.
Yeah. 20-point lead for the Shaps. Nation's #1 team for the first 10 weeks of the season.
Ooh, great defense by LCU there. There was nowhere for Juju to pass the ball.
Basketball.
You're going to win some games if you shoot 63% from the field. See if that will keep up throughout the game.
21-1, the Shaps record overall. 9-1 in Lone Star Conference play. Here's Wise, spins off the glass and puts it in.
Larry Wise.
That's 9 for Wise. Buffs keep the pressure. Double team by Wallace and Wise, but the Shaps break it. Now they've got numbers. Hicks inside, works on Nielsen and lays it in.
Patient, made sure he kept the ball high, and easy score for Hicks.
Yeah, didn't bring it down and bounce it in the paint. Here's Wise outside to Tucson. Zach, strong drive. Left-handed runner, no good.
Yeah, Hicks affected that shot. His length did.
And there's a deflection. Brown deflected Daniels' shot. Then Daniels reaches out and grabs Zach as he goes running by.
You're not going to go get a layup on my watch. Tom Brown arguing that it was intentional.
Well, it was. It just wasn't flagrant. That's the difference. Brown. Drive off the rim, no good, but there for the tip in, Oweezy with his first bucket of the night.
That's right, we could use some more of that, Jesse.
Muhammad takes it all the way, no good. Buffs crash the boards that time with Oweezy getting the rebound.
You just try to go in spurts right now. You trail by 18, can you get it to 12?
The answer's no. Wise misfires from up top.
And it requires not only efficiency on the offensive side, but you got to break down and find a way to stop Lubbock Christian when they have the ball. It's been tough for WT defensively all night.
Hicks on the baseline, guarded by Nielsen, feeds it inside to the cutting Aaron Gonzalez for a nice lay-in.
Yeah, this is a clinic tonight offensively for Todd Duncan's team.
Hicks with his second assist to go with 21 points and 7 rebounds. Wise splits a pair of Shaps, gets the lay-in.
Yeah, he used some muscle on that drive too.
Buffs keep the pressure on. Oweezy and Wise in the backcourt, can't get the trap. Shaps break it. Hicks open in the corner, knocks it down.
With the fancy assist as well. Showtime on the dime.
Hicks has 24. 67-46, LCU on top. Here's Wise. He'll take the three up top. Short. Hicks, nice job of boxing out Oweezy. Allows McKenzie to get that defensive board.
Buffs getting tired. They've got 5 subs ready to check in. The next whistle.
Muhammad dribbles off the shot clock. Inside of 11 to play here in the second. Cross court to Daniels, working on Brown. Julius gives him a touch foul. For Juju, that'll be his second personal. Team foul number 1 against the Buffs here in the second half. 10:51 to play. Timeout on the floor. LCU on top. 67-46. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
J. Ferg Roofing has been protecting our community for 15 years. With more than 30,000 homes and businesses protected by our roofing work, we're proud of our ability to provide efficient, lasting solutions for your roofing needs. What makes us stand out from the competition? That we work for you with dedicated team members who guide you every step of the way. That is the J. Ferg advantage. Quality, experience, fast pass scheduling, customer rewards. We have it all. Call J. Ferg Roofing today for a free inspection. We are J. Ferg Roofing. We are more.
10:51 left in this game. They're playing Bon Jovi right now, Living on a Prayer. You could go a lot of different ways with that one, but LCU right now is living on outstanding offense. They've done it all night. In the first half, they struggled a little bit from the three-point line. Not the case in the second half. They've started hitting their perimeter shots. They're still driving in the paint. They're making free throws. And they are making it tough here for the Buffaloes.
Daniels knocks down the first. The raw numbers spell it out. Here in the second half, the Shaps shooting 66%, 64% for the game. The Buffs in the second half, 27%, 34% for the game.
We also have to credit LCU defensively, Kent. They've held WT to just 11 points after halftime.
They only allow 61 a game. They do it on both ends. Do it well. Here's Blankley on the wing, up top to Booker. 15-foot jumper, knocks it down. Kevon Booker. He's up to 6. 21-point Shap lead.
Good ball defense here from Jonas Carlisle.
Knocks the ball away. They're going to say out of bounds on Jonas, but as you say, good defense. Tried to make something happen, but there wasn't anyone back under the basket to take that deflection.
Jonas, the freshman from San Antonio.
Daniels to inbound. Gets it into McKenzie. Dribbles outside. Carlisle all over him. To Daniels. 7 on the shot clock. Feeds Hicks. He'll shoot. Short. Wallace with the defensive board.
That was one of the better defensive possessions WT's had in a long time.
Wallace drives in. He's tied up. Kicks outside to Blankley for 3. Won't go. Booker deflects it, gets the rebound, puts it up, and is fouled.
How many times can Kevon just tip it to himself? He is so athletic.
Rowan McKenzie, guilty of his second.
There's a look
at foul number 3.
LCU head coach Todd Duncan. You mentioned it, KJ, a talented player in his days at Texas Tech.
Played the 2-3 guard for Gerald Myers and Coach Myers' latter coaching days down at Texas Tech. He can tell some funny Gerald Myers stories. Myers, of course, a legendary coach, native of Borger. Kept it in the Panhandle his entire career. I was fortunate enough to be in the profession when he was at the height of his career. He had some outstanding teams at Texas Tech. Here Hicks inside, kicks it outside to Caswell, to McKenzie.
Yeah, LCU doing a good job using the shot clock here, not
it
rushing
winds
it.
down to 9. Daniels drives on Booker, puts it up, can't get it to go. Wallace had the rebound. Booker says, I'm taking this one away. And we got a charge inside on Kavan. That'll be his second, team foul number 2.
Hicks moves his feet. He gets set, holds his ground. Tom Brown not happy with the call.
No, Kavan doesn't argue it.
Yeah.
Doesn't do you any good, but it kind of tells whether you did or not. Buffs again with token pressure in the backcourt, but it's not the trapping type. Carlisle guarding Daniels, making him work. To Copley. Daniels gets by the freshman and takes it to the rack.
He is a slasher, and he is an excellent finisher. Able to twist his body, eyes always on the rim. Finish with the right hand or the left hand.
19 for Daniels. Bell outside for 3, too strong. Blankley with the offensive board. Tries to bounce the ball for a turnaround and bounces it off his foot. Down at the other end, McKenzie leads the break.
Probably should have been an and one there.
73-50. All Lubbock Christian in the second half. Here's Bell in the corner. Misses for 3. Blankley gets another offensive board. Feeds Booker. And Kavan will go to the line shooting twice. Foul goes against Rowan McKenzie, his third. Team foul number 4.
Fourth team foul.
Kent Johnson, Lucas Kinsey, courtside. Lubbock Christian, third-ranked team in the NABC poll against the 24th-ranked Buffaloes, and it's been all the visitors in this nightcap after the Lady Buffs dealt Lubbock Christian a loss in the opener.
Yeah, credit the LCU men here for popping the balloon, so to speak. I mean, there's a lot of energy in this arena following the women's victory, and LCU has just executed their game plan nearly to perfection.
And they've done a nice job of sending some of this 2,700-plus crowd home early. 73-51, inside of 8 to play, and Wise whistled outside with the foul on Muhammad. For Larry, that's his second. And we've got a full timeout on the floor. 7:57 to play. Buffs trail 73-51. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to Canyon, Texas, on the home campus of West Texas A&M. Lubbock Christian leads and leads big here, 73-51, 7:57 still to play in the game. Stats continue to heavily favor the visitors from Lubbock.
This is where the National News Agency start projecting winners in the election.
Well, for LCU, you look at their remaining schedule, KJ, they're going to play Cameron next.
There's Wise with a steal. Ahead to Tucson, who's pushed from behind by Zach Stepp. Let's make sure they call 21, and then you can continue. Yes, it is.
Okay, so then on the that's this Saturday, and then next week, Eastern New Mexico. They have back-to-back with the Greyhounds.
That's their travel partner.
Western New Mexico to finish it out before you get into conference tournament time. So on paper, it looks like four more wins.
Yeah, they've got the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, in the conference race. And after a miss by the Buffs, Parker Hicks knocks it off of Dalen Williams, and the Shaps get the basketball. It's a Weezy, Toussaint, Wise, Dalen Williams, and Brown on the floor for the Buffs. Daniels, Stepp, Copley, Hicks, and Muhammad for the Shaps. 7:26 to play. LCU on top, 73-51.
The Buffs have continued to play hard, throughout this second half, but they dug such a big hole because at the beginning of this second half, they were not locked in. LCU hit WT in the mouth, and before you knew it, they were down by 18.
There's another turnover. Wise to Brown. Back to Wise for three. Got it.
Good shot for Larry Wise. The shot fake from Juju sent Amir Muhammad nearly to the rafters as the crowd went, whoa.
Trying to figure out what we're waiting on here. Buffs keep the pressure on. Copley saves it to Hicks. Back to Daniels. Inside of 7 to play. 19-point Shap lead. Daniels guarded by Brown. Gets a step on Juju. Puts up a prayer, but gets his own rebound and puts it in. Nobody back to defend for WT. Here's Williams. Yes, and one. Did he ever have control and make a football-like move?
No. That was out of control, but great effort, and at this point, WT will take it.
Tonight, when nothing has gone right for the Buffs, they need something like that. Dalen Williams with his first bucket.
KJ, a little bit Lloyd Daniels tonight. The 21 points, 7-11 from the field as the free throws missed. Does his game remind you, he's taller, but does his game remind you of David Chavlovic a little bit?
Chavlovic was more flamboyant with his type of shots, but Daniels going to the bucket
and finishing
was like David. He's fearless, and he finishes. Here's Oweezy with a steal. Copley comes in and strips the ball away.
And that gets this LCU crowd fired up.
That was 5'9" coming in and defending.
Yeah, taking away a dunk.
6'5". Yeah, it's going to be showtime for Oweezy.
And that's Copley's game, KJ. He doesn't have to score, but he's going to take charges. He's going to get steals. He's going to irritate the other team.
Williams gets Hicks in the air and goes in for the dunk.
Now, Dalen, your first one was out of control. That one was textbook post play.
Dalen Williams gives Buff Nation something to cheer about here down the stretch. Haven't had a lot, but they still want to see something fun. Inside of 6 to play, 75-58 Shaps. McKenzie in the corner to Daniels. Little floater. Yeah, that's got Chavlovic all over it. Except he's not waving to the crowd as he goes down court. David was fun to watch. Before, during, and after. Here's Wise. Drives in, and he's wrapped up by Daniels.
LCU foul. Lloyd Daniels, his second person.
That'll be Daniels' second.
Well, the thing with Hicks and Lloyd Daniels, they are both seniors, veteran players.
Trip to the line.
Really, Copley, a veteran as well. WT, after Wise makes that free throw there, the Buffs, their remaining schedule this Saturday, they take on Eastern New Mexico at home. Tuesday, the day after Valentine's Day, the Buffs play Cameron, and then they finish at Western New Mexico, come back home against Texas A&M Kingsville and Texas A&M International.
As Wise knocks them both down, and for those of you who are wondering where Colts Neck, New Jersey is,
yes,
it is actually in the New York metropolitan census area. So it's a big place. Colts Neck itself, a bedroom community of 12,000.
Most likely a lot of New York Giants fans maybe in that area.
Yeah. Buff fans thought might have had a turnover on that side, but isn't to be. Shaps retain the ball, and there Juju makes a steal. Lobs inside, a little tall for a Wheezy. Kavon keeps it alive. Goes out of bounds. We're going to have a foul. It needs to be on number 24, and it is.
As he and Kavon were battling for that.
Yeah. Daniels reached up and grabbed Kavon's arm. Kept Kavon from getting a solid rebound, so Kavon kept batting the ball in the air.
Kavon Booker shooting twice.
And if Kavon can knock these both down, it's a 15-point ball game with just over 5 to play. Buffs have trailed by as many as 23. And I said if.
Took a trip around the rim.
Inside of 5, 17-point game. Copley started the drive, now pulled it out and had the ball stolen away. Cameron Bell distracted him. Juju with the steal and score. And now it is a 15-point ball game. 4:30 to play.
Got to keep this pressure up for WT and hope that LCU will continue to turn it over.
You know, this looks similar to the game in Lubbock where the Buffs trailed throughout and then made a run late, but it was too little too late. We're going to have a foul here on Aweezy as he about ran through Rowan McKenzie.
Trying to hustle him
for Jesse,
get a steal.
His second.
Team foul number 4.
Just the 4th team foul against the Buffs. Non-shooting foul. As the Shaps to inbound to the right of their bucket. Toussaint back in the lineup for Aweezy.
For Jesse Aweezy.
WT with 3 players in double figures, led by Larry Wise with 16, Juju with 12, and Zach Toussaint back on the floor. He scored 11 tonight.
Daniels up top, guarded by Booker.
It's a tough defensive assignment here for Kavon.
Big time. And Cameron Bell still working on Hicks. Here's Daniels with 5 on the shot clock to Hicks. No good. Dalen Williams skies in for the rebound. Buffs can cut it to 13.
He's provided some great energy off the bench here.
Booker on the wing to Brown. Bell drives in to Brown. Shot clock at 14. Brown at the line, outside to Booker. 3, knocks it down, 12-point game.
Okay, Kent, before that 3, here's Kavon, his stats on the season. 0 for 8 from the three-point line. Longer.
He's now 1 for 9, and Todd Duncan has to take a timeout. 3:35 to play. The Buffs had trailed by 23. They're back within 12. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
As a pure water, ICD.com.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
A 7-0 run by West Texas A&M over the last 1 minute and 40 seconds has gotten WT back within striking distance. Time not on their side with just 3:35 to play in the ballgame. LCU leading 77-65. But, KJ, if Kevon Booker's hitting threes, hey, we can do this, right?
If Kevon's hitting them, anyone can hit them. That's what you're saying. But it's not over till it's over. And, you know, part of this, the Buffs defense has come up with some steals. They've forced 7 LCU turnovers now.
Oh, that's up to 12.
That's right. You've got it. 12. It was at 7. Part of it, LCU getting careless offensively, but the other part has been the pressure defense the Buffs have applied. 3.5 to play. Oweezy guarding Daniels. Now here comes Williams with the double team. Get it away to Muhammad. Shot clock winds down to 11. Daniels outside with Oweezy applying the defense. Here's McKenzie, drives in, and he's going to be tied up with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
That's the tough part. They played so hard, and LCU starts the drive. You foul with just 4 seconds on the shot clock. You got to buckle down and do it again.
Yeah, you give them a fresh 20. And the clock is really your only enemy. Inbounds to McKenzie. Now they'll pull it out again. Dalen Williams charged with the last foul. McKenzie drives in, goes under and around Williams.
Well, you got Dalen Williams, Kevon Booker, and Jesse Weezy all on the floor. Who's going to guard the guards?
79-55, Lubbock Christian. Here's Brown. Gets some space and drains the three.
And that's a really good timeout here from Tom Brown. He's got some tired bodies defensively, so you're going to get some subs in. Also, with Hayden Blankley and Zach Toussaint checking in, you'll get some more offense. Here's the last shot.
Keep it here. It's just a substitution timeout.
Juju now has 15 points. That was his first 3 that he's made. And the official's talking to...
Tom says, let's go. We're ready to play.
Well, but if it's a timeout taken, then the LCU can use the timeout, right?
Todd says, I want to talk to my team. Let's see what happens here. Yep, they're calling them back. That's it. Yeah, as soon as they called timeout, Tom Brown motioned that I just want the substitution timeout.
Okay.
And now Lubbock Christian's back on the floor, and Coach Brown has the Buffs over around him.
Gamesmanship, right? Is that the term?
Shaps basketball. Buffs down 11, 79-68, 2:37 to play. They get it into Hicks, who slips down, but he had some help.
Yeah, the help was number 24, Cameron Bell.
Yeah. And Hicks went down pretty hard over there in the corner. For Cameron, that's his second foul, team foul number 6. So the Shaps still not shooting. Daniels to inbound. Gets it into Hicks, who about lost the ball, and whistle blown by Johnny Wilkins. Did they get a hand on him or not?
Hayden Blankley is going to be called for the foul. They're trying to deny the inbounds pass so tight.
Well, they have to.
Yeah. And so as soon as the ball gets into the hands of Hicks, the arm comes in, foul is called.
And that'll send Parker Hicks to the line, and he rarely misses. Notice I left a little opening there.
Yeah, the opening was the bottom of the net.
He didn't miss the first one. Lady Buffs defeated Lubbock Christian 55-48 in the opener. Shaps on top here in the second in the dying minutes. Toussaint for 3, no good. Rebound saved by Hicks, controlled by Copley, and he throws it off of Jonas Carlisle out of bounds.
It's incredible that LCU kept that ball from falling out of bounds.
Yeah.
Great
it
hustle.
Would have been the Buffs basketball had it gone out of bounds. But Daniels to inbound. He's over in the corner. That's a tough spot to get it in. But he does to McKenzie, and we've got a jump ball, Buffs basketball.
Jump ball,
Alternating possession arrow goes Buff's way. If they can hit a 3, it's a 10-point game. Wise to inbound, directly in front of the Buffs bench. 2:20 to play, 81-68 our score. Brown to Wise on the wing, up top to Brown. He's going to take a 3, blocked by Daniels. Wise underneath, strip. You heard the skin, no whistle. Wise gets it, and one. You heard the foul up here, and there was no whistle.
But it actually benefited the Buffs that there was no whistle, Kent. That
Buffs needed a 3. They're going to get it this way. Slap.
And then they got the second one.
McKenzie draws his 4th, 7th team foul. 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Larry Wise, and we've got a 10-point game with 2:08 to play.
You got to play tough defense, obviously, but you do not want to foul Parker Hicks. He is 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Copley gets it up to McKenzie. Inside of 2 to play, 81-71 our score.
Now you've gone
Daniels.
So you'd gone that far with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Just play it out. Don't foul.
Cameron Bell thought he had the jump ball, the alternating possession. Instead, they called him with the foul. Cameron's 3rd, team's 8th. Lloyd Daniels goes to the line where he'll shoot 1 and 1.
And Daniels has been great as well, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. On the season, Lloyd Daniels just under 80% free throw shooter.
At the line for LCU, Lloyd Daniels.
Knocks down the first. Misses the second, 11-point ball game, 1:50 to play. Brown thought of 3, gave it to Toussaint. He'll put up the 3, can't get it to go. Blankley, the offensive rebound. Brown on the wing, he'll put up a 3, won't go. Muhammad with the rebound. Buffs need to get a stop or a turnover. Blankley comes up with the ball. Finds Brown in the corner. Juju, 3, goes in!
What a steal.
8-point ball game.
What a steal from Hayden Blankley.
1:18 to play. Is it a jump? Yes, it is. LCU's basketball.
If you're LCU right now, you got to find a way to get the ball into Parker Hicks' hands.
The Buffs are denying it.
Yeah. So here they go again with defense for offense substitutions. Todd Duncan has seen enough. He says, give me the clipboard. I want a timeout.
Let me draw you a picture.
There's the 3. Hits the front rim.
Boy.
And takes that.
He took that shot. I thought his legs are tired. That ball never got up, but it found its way home. 82-74 our score. It's a 30-second timeout. You're watching Buff basketball on the LSC Digital Network. Incredibly, the Buffs still have a chance. 1:14 to play. They've cut it to 8. McKenzie to inbound on the sideline. Gets it in the backcourt to Daniels. Ahead to Muhammad. Crosses the timeline. Buffs trying to catch him, but they don't need the foul yet. Trying to come up with a loose ball. Ball loose on the floor. Now we've got a whistle. Watch Doug George call a timeout.
Yep, they got it with 17 on the shot clock.
At what point did they have possession to call a timeout?
Yeah, Muhammad still had the ball. I mean, that's a dribbling exhibition right there from Muhammad. Catch me if you can.
Let's leave this here. We've got the play. At what point does
he kind of rolls over, grabs
Tom
the ball?
calls timeout there. Oh, my. Doug George trailing the play makes the call. 82-74 our score. Let's just backtrack a little bit. The Buffs trailed by 23 not that long ago.
Yeah, that's true. And a couple of things that have gotten them back into the game. They've forced turnovers. They've turned the turnovers into points. They have been very aggressive defensively with 11 steals. You know, and LCU probably a little careless with the basketball, obviously. But the other thing is the Buffs have gotten LCU out of their game with what they were doing earlier offensively, which is attacking the paint and getting high percentage shots.
It's a 23-point deficit at the 10:51 mark. The Buffs started chipping away.
And again, they've played hard. Minus the start of the second half, that 4-minute stretch, WT, the effort has been great. You still look at the field goal percentage, and it's 63% shooting for the Chaps, just 38% shooting for the Buffs.
Chaps are out rebounding the Buffs 35-29. Really, the only stat that favors WT is the stat that's gotten them back in the ball game: turnovers and steals.
It's interesting. Cameron Bell is guarding Hicks.
He's been guarding Hicks. There's a double team and a foul. They're going to get a Wheezy.
Either him, yeah.
No, Cameron Bell again. Cameron's got 4.
That's tough. They had the trap there, and you just get too aggressive and reach down for the ball, and you hit a piece of Parker Hicks' body. That's funny, the WT student section chanting a little bit. Be careful, students, because Parker Hicks enjoys that, you know? He's going to go up here.
He can back it up.
He can. Good to see the students, though, up and making noise throughout the game. Did a great job during the women's game. And
good turnout today. Don't know what the holdup is. It's a 1-and-1 that we're about to shoot
Hicks
here.
probably wants the ball. Let's go.
Parker Hicks.
Knocks down the first.
So he has backed up his 50-point performance earlier this week with 27 tonight.
Missed the second.
And look at Copley poke the ball free. Fortunately for WT, it's going to stay with the Buffs. Todd Duncan tells Copley, get up, put a little pressure.
Make it easy on him. 9-point LCU lead inside of a minute to play. Strange things have happened. Here's Brown, gets bumped back behind the line, gets it to Toussaint. Booker says, I've made one, I'll try it again. This time he doesn't. Hicks gets the rebound, looking for an outlet. Stolen by Brown. Juju took the pass from Hicks.
Got to get a shot up.
Here's Wise, drives in. Off the glass, no. Hicks with the rebound, Wise with the steal, and they're going to call Larry with a foul. That'll be Larry's third personal, team foul number 10 against the Buffaloes. That'll send Parker to the Hicks to the line for 2 more shots. Knocks down the first.
We call it the rivalry on the range. I like this. The LCU fans obviously have traveled. Their students have traveled as well. And
Hicks makes them both.
It's mostly friendly, right?
Yeah. No, this is
great
this
competition.
Is good. So many times the arenas have fewer than 1,000 people. Not the First United Bank Center. Oh, my. Booker got cleared out. He'll go to the line. But tonight, over 2,700 in attendance. And the atmosphere has been great.
Yeah.
With the exception of about 5 minutes, the basketball's been great all night long. That foul went against Copley, his third. Booker makes the first. Got them both.
2 points. Come on, Booker.
Back to a 9-point game. And another fresh 5 for the Buffs. Austin Shelley, Torian Harris, Parker Nielsen, Addison Wallace, and Jonas Carlisle has the Shaps dribble out the clock.
Yep.
Take a well-deserved victory tonight, 85-76. Will be our final score. Buffs trailed by 23 with just over 10 to play. Cut it to 8, but could get no closer. And Lubbock Christian takes an 85-76 road victory over the Buffaloes. Buffs record falls to 20-6 overall, 6-5 in LSC play. Lubbock Christian improves to 22-1, 10-1 in LSC play. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to wrap it up. 85-76 our score. You've been watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Again, we'll see all of you back.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Final score tonight, LCU takes this one on the road, comes to Canyon and defeats the Buffaloes 85-76. They led at halftime 44-35. The two teams actually in the second half even at 41 points apiece. But LCU finishes the ballgame 5 for their last 7 field goals. WT makes a run late, but it was just too too late in the ball game as they really got in a hole to start the second half. That's when LCU extended their lead, led by as many as 23. Great effort by the Buffs, but again, it was LCU early and often, Kent, being so efficient offensively. They finished the ball game shooting 63% from the field for the game. Buffs shot just 37%. So this one goes to the Shaps. Congratulations to them, and WT have to get back after it on Saturday.
Well, they do, and Eastern New Mexico's never easy. They play hard. New coaching staff over there this year.
Sure.
They were down by 1 to Cameron moments ago, looking to see if we've got a final score. And yes, we do. Cameron takes a 66-65 win over the Greyhounds over in Portales tonight. But, I mean, you got to hand it to LCU. Parker Hicks with 29 points. Lloyd Daniels with 23. Solid leadership by those two seniors. And then, they back it up defensively by limiting the Buffs in the first half to just 37% from the floor, 36% for the game. Buffs put up a lot of threes. When they fell, it was good, but they put up a lot of threes, knocked down 10 of them.
Look at the team statistics there, and again, shooting percentage heavily in favor of LCU. The free throws, Lubbock Christian made a lot of those as well. Rebounds, Buffs battled throughout, but still LCU ends up on top in terms of rebounds, 37-31. Turnovers was a good spot there for WT. A lot of that came late in the game.
Yeah, the turnovers, the Buffs, for the longest part, at the with 7:59 to go in the game, LCU had committed 7 turnovers, and the Buffs had 4 steals. In the end, LCU had 15 turnovers to 12 steals for the Buffs, 25 points off turnovers, 13 points for the Buffs down the stretch came off their defensive pressure. It was just, you look at it and you say, well, too little, too late, but that wasn't the way the entire game was played.
Right. And another stat that stands out here to me, KJ, is points in the paint. LCU gets 36 points inside, and we said several times tonight they were driving the ball in the paint, and the help was late, and it was just easy layups.
Yeah, it was.
Good passing as well.
LCU is a very good passing team. Their team play just exemplifies what you see out of them.
And they get mismatches. I mean, they screen so much that, how many times is Parker Hicks posted up and he's got Cameron Bell guarding him, or someone's on the three-point line that can blow by a taller defender.
But I'm not so sure, because Cameron was on Parker from the get-go. Well, he was in the first half too, and I think that might have been Tom Brown's method to try and get quickness on him. Maybe deny him the ball. Yep. Once you get the ball to Parker, it's going in the hole. That's the way it's been, and that's kind of the way it was tonight. But the Buffs put up a good fight, came up short, fell behind a long way, cut it to not so many, but ultimately lost 85-76. A look at our team stats. As we mentioned, the Chaps shoot 62% from the floor, 30 of 48. The Buffs just 26 of 71 for 36%. Chaps knocked down 6 of 13 from beyond the arc for 46%. The Buffs 10 of 37 for 27%. Chaparrals did a good job from the free throw line, 79%, 19 of 24. Buffs didn't go as many times. They knocked down 14 of 18 for 77%. 15 turnovers committed by the Chaps, just 6 tonight by the Buffaloes. Individually, Parker Hicks led all scorers. He had 50 on Tuesday. He had 29 tonight. I'd say he's making a pretty solid run for LSC Offensive Player of the Week. 29 points, 11 rebounds. He also had 8 fouls drawn. Rowan McKenzie, 11 points, 7 boards. Cameron Copley with 2 rebounds to go with 2 assists. Amir Muhammad with 14 points, 6 rebounds. Lloyd Daniels with 23 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. Aaron Gonzalez, 2 points, 1 rebound. Ty Caswell, 2 points, 1 rebound. Jalen Bratton, 2 points. Zach Stepp, 2 points, 1 rebound. As a team, the Chaps pulled down 34 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive for 37 total. For the Buffs, Jesse Oweezy, 2 points, 4 boards. Julius Brown, a team-high 18 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 4 steals. Gavon Booker, 14 points, 7 boards. Zach Toussaint, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Larry Wise, 19 points, 3 rebounds. He also had 3 steals. Hayden Blankley, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Cameron Bell, 1 rebound. Parker Nielsen, 1 rebound. Addison Wallace, 2 rebounds. Jonas Carlisle played 3.5 minutes. Dalen Williams, 4 points, 1 rebound. Torian Harris and Austin Shelley got in for the last minute of the ball game. As a team, the Buffs pulled in 31 rebounds, 18 defensive, 13 offensive. Biggest lead of the game for Lubbock Christian, 23 at the 10:51 mark of the second. Buffs led by 2 in the first minute of the game. LCU had a 17-point scoring run, which took place at the end of the first period and wrapped into about the first 4 minutes of the second period. Game was tied 3 times. 3 lead changes. LCU led the dominant portion of the game, 37 minutes, 13 seconds to just 2:07 for the Buffs. Buffs scored 25 points off turnovers, 30 points in the paint. The Shaps, 11 points off turnovers, 36 points in the paint. Our final score, Lubbock Christian wins it, 85-76. And Lucas, you now point your attention towards Saturday.
Yeah, and Saturday, Kent, Eastern New Mexico, I've said it so many times, just with that rivalry. You go from one rivalry to another, and it doesn't matter what we are playing. On Saturday, if Eastern New Mexico shows up, it's going to be intense, both for the women and for the men. And now every game is so important, again, as you get closer to conference tournament time, postseason time, what you're going to be able to do there. Both teams need a win.
Yeah, the Buffs need some wins as well with 5 losses. St. Mary's, who was in 4th place tonight, lost. So Arkansas Fort Smith will move into 4th. St. Mary's falls into 5th. The Buffs at 6-5 are going to be in 7th place now as Midwestern State wins tonight. Midwestern at 7-5 will move past the Buffs in the conference standings. And positions 5 through 8 get to host games on that Tuesday. You don't want to have to, go on the road Tuesday, March 1st, and 2, go on the road Tuesday, March 1st, and then have to be in Frisco on Thursday. You want to be at home, preferably at home watching everyone else play. But
that's right.
We love basketball, so we'll watch basketball any way we can get it. Again, our final score tonight, Lady Buffs defeat Lubbock Christian 55-48. Lubbock Christian's men return the favor on the Buffaloes 85-76. For our Thunder Vision crew, our director Jamie Abbott, camera operators Jacob Johnson, John Erickson, Peyton Stokes, and Jordan Conde. For my broadcast partner Lucas Kinsey, I'm Kent Johnson, thanking you for being with us tonight. Join us again Saturday when the Buffs and Lady Buffs take on Eastern New Mexico. Until then, be safe. Good night, everybody. You've been watching West Texas A&M basketball